Hello everybody, welcome to story time. I thought maybe it'd be fun to do it outside today because it's a beautiful day and we're going to do some books about fall, or autumn as the season is called. And I thought it'd be fun to have a few leaves on the background. Has anybody started raking leaves and jumping in them yet? Not quite maybe, but pretty soon, right? The other day I saw Dylan and Graham out playing in the leaves, and they were picking up leaves and putting them in a bucket and having a good time together. I hope you guys have a good time together too in the fall. Okay, let's do our hello song. We make the sign for hello and we make the sign for friends. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to read a book. All right, let's read some fall books. This one is called Leaves. Appropriate, right? By David Ezra Stein. And who do you see on the cover here? A cute little bear. It was his first year. So this is a bear cub, and this is his first year. He's just learning about the world. Everything was going well. Until the first leaf fell. Are you okay? He wondered. Poor leaf, it fell out of the tree. Then a red one fell. A yellow one fell. All over his island, the leaves were falling. Can you see how? Looks very beautiful, doesn't it? But there are leaves falling everywhere. It confuses the bear. He tried to catch them and put them back on, but it was not the same. He sat beneath a tree and watched them go all around. But he grew sleepy. And so he found a hole and he filled it with leaves. And he went to sleep. What do bears do in the winter, right? They hibernate. Just as the wind began to blow. Winter came. What do you see here? Fox. He slept snug in the ground while the snow piled thick. In the spring, with wide eyes, he woke. He felt the sun and saw the little buds on the bare arms of the trees. And the tiny leaves that had begun to unfold. "Welcome," he cried. And he thought the leaves welcomed him. He welcomed the leaves, and the leaves welcomed him. The end. Isn't that a nice one? Leaves. The next book is called Sophie's Squash by Pat Zitlo Miller and Ann Wilsdorf. And you probably, if you've been out maybe to a grocery store or a farm stand or an apple orchard and pumpkin orchard, often at this time of year they're also selling squash, right? Because squash, which besides being delicious, is a fall vegetable. Do you guys like squash? I like squash. One bright fall day, Sophie chose a squash at the farmer's market. Her parents planned to serve it for supper. But Sophie had other ideas. So it looks like a butternut squash to me. It was just the right size to hold in her arms. Just the right size to bounce on her knee. Just the right size to love. I'm glad we met, Sophie whispered. Good friends are hard to find. At home, Sophie used markers to give her squash a face. Then she wrapped it in a blanket and rocked it to sleep. When it was time to make supper, Sophie's mother looked at the squash. She looked at Sophie. I call her Bernice, Sophie said. I'll call for a pizza, said her mother. After that, Bernice went everywhere with Sophie, to story time at the library, to visit other squash at the farmer's market, to practice somersaults by the garden. Every night, Sophie gave Bernice a bottle, a hug, and a kiss. Well, we did hope she'd love vegetables, Sophie's mother told her father. Shh, Sophie said. Bernice is sleeping. Sweet pea, Sophie's mother said one morning as they made blueberry waffles. Bernice is a squash, not a friend. If we don't eat her soon, she'll get mushy and gross. Let's bake her with marshmallows. Won't that taste yummy? Don't listen, Bernice, Sophie cried. That afternoon, Sophie's father took her shopping. Sugar beet, he said, Bernice is a squash. Why don't you pick a nice toy to play with instead? But the trucks were too hard, and the dolls were too soft. Sophie clutched Bernice tightly. No thanks, she said. I have everything I need. After supper, Sophie's parents called a family meeting. Bernice napped in Sophie's lap. Why don't we donate Bernice to the food pantry before she rots, her father suggested. Sophie shook her head. Bernice will last forever. Do you think Bernice is going to last forever? Bernice seems a little blotchy, said Sophie's dad on the way to the library one day. She looks perfect to me, Sophie replied. At story time, some kids pointed and stared. What's that spotty thing? A boy asked. Her name is Bernice, and she's a squash, Sophie said, with freckles. Maybe Bernice should stay home next time, Sophie's mom suggested. Why? Sophie asked. She wasn't the one being rude. Still, as winter neared, Sophie noticed changes. Bernice seemed softer, and her somersaults lacked their usual style. Visiting friends will cheer you up, Sophie said. At the farmer's market, squash were everywhere. Firm, shiny squash. What keeps a squash healthy? Sophie asked the farmer. It's simple, really, he said. Fresh air, good, clean dirt, a little love. Well, Sophie thought, I have all that. Fresh air, good, clean dirt, and a little love. At home, Sophie cleared leaves from Bernice's favorite spot. She made a bed of soft soil, tucked Bernice in, and kissed her goodnight. Get better soon, she whispered. Get better soon. That night, while Sophie slept, the wind whistled and tiny snowflakes fell. When she awoke, the world was covered in white. Do you think Bernice is cold out there? Sophie asked her mother. I'm sure she's warm and cozy under her snow blanket, her mother replied. Sophie gazed out the window all morning. She was still there in the afternoon when her father came home with a surprise. You need a new friend, he said. Meet Ace. Ace was nice, but boring. He just swam around and around in his bowl. But during the long winter, Sophie discovered that Ace was a superb silent reader who did fabulous flip turns, and he always listened politely when she talked about Bernice. Bernice was great at keeping secrets. When the snow finally melted, Sophie rushed to the garden. The only thing there was a small green sprout. It looked strangely familiar. Bernice, Sophie said, how was your winter? After that, Sophie, Ace, and Bernice ate lunch together every day. Can you see Bernice growing? One bright summer morning, Sophie somersaulted across her yard, landed by the garden, and stared in disbelief. Oh my gosh, look how big Bernice is getting. Bernice had grown 2 tiny squash. Wow, Sophie told them, you look just like your mom. Soon Bonnie and Baxter were just the right size for Sophie to hold in her arms and bounce on her knee. Just the right size to love. Sweet story. Let's do a little something. Can you guys see my board okay? You like my leaves? How many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 leaves. Let's do a little poem about those. 5 little leaves were so bright and gay, were dancing about on a tree one day. And the wind, can you guys make the wind? The wind came blowing through the town, and one big leaf came tumbling down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little and big leaves, so bright and gay, were dancing on a tree one day. The wind, here we go, came blowing through the town, and one little leaf came tumbling down. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. 3 big leaves so bright and gay were dancing about on a tree one day. The wind came blowing through the town, and one big leaf came tumbling down. 2 big leaves so bright and gay were dancing about on a tree one day. The wind came blowing through the town, and one big leaf came tumbling down. One big leaf so bright and gay was dancing about on a tree one day. The wind came blowing through the town, and the last little leaf came tumbling down. That's what happens in the fall, isn't it? The leaves start to turn all these beautiful colors. What color is this one? Red and brown, tan or brown, and orange and yellow and more red. The leaves will turn all those different colors, and then they'll start tumbling down. And then what do we have to do with them sometimes? We can enjoy them, or sometimes we like to rake them up so that the grass stays healthy, right? You guys have a rake sometimes? Let's do another little song, and it's like London Bridge is falling down, but it's autumn leaves are changing colors all over town. Autumn leaves are changing colors, changing colors, changing colors. Autumn leaves are changing colors all over town. That's pretty easy, right? So this verse is autumn leaves are falling down. Okay? Autumn leaves are falling down, falling down, falling down. Autumn leaves are falling down all over town. Now what do we do with them? Take a rake and rake them up, rake them up, rake them up. Take a rake and rake them up all over town. And once you rake them up, what's it fun to do? Once you've piled them up, make a pile and jump right in, jump right in, jump right in. Make a pile and jump right in all over town. I hope you guys get the opportunity to jump in some leaves this season. Let's read a couple more fall books, shall we? This one is called Ask Me by Bernard Weber, illustrated by Susie Lee. This one might have a little more than just fall. But this one has to do with taking a walk, seeing what you see. Ask me what I like. What do you like? I like dogs, I like cats, I like turtles. You see the father and the girl taking a walk around town. I like geese. Geese in the sky or geese in the water? Excuse me. I like geese in the sky. No, in the water. I like both. Ask me what else I like. What else do you like? I like frogs. I like frogs swimming and frogs hopping. I like bugs. Insects? No, bugs. I like butterflies and lightning bugs. Fireflies? No, lightning bugs. Are those the same thing? And I like beetles and bumblebees and dragonflies, and I like flowers. No, I love flowers. Bees love flowers too, right? Right. And bees make honey, right? Right. Ask me what else I like. What else do you like? I like horses. No, I like riding horses. You rode a horse? On the merry-go-round, remember? You remember. I remember. Ask me if I like ice cream cones. Do you like ice cream cones? No, I love, love, love ice cream cones. Does anybody else like ice cream cones? I wish you were sitting in front of me so I could hear what kind of ice cream cones you like. Maybe chocolate, maybe vanilla, maybe Superman, or Mackinac Island fudge. What else do I like? What else do you like? I like sand. I like digging in the sand. I really, really do like digging in the sand. Deep, deep, down, down in the sand. And I like seashells. Remember when we collected seashells? I remember. And I like starfish. She likes so many things. Isn't that great? Ask me some more I likes. How about some more I likes? I like the color red. I like red everything. Ask me what else. What else? I like rain. I like splishing, splashing, and splooshing in the rain. Splishing, splashing, and splooshing. I like those words. They're rain words. I made them up. I know. Ask me what else I like. What else do you like? I like stories. I like stories about bears. ask me how come. All right, how about a how come? How come birds build nests? All right, how come birds build nests? You tell it. So they will have a safe place to lay their eggs. I knew that. Why did you ask? Because I like to hear you tell it. Ooh, look how beautiful. What a nice time they're having out on that fall day. How beautiful. Ask me another thing I like. All right, how about another I like? I'm thinking. I'm waiting. I know. What? Next Thursday. What about next Thursday? I like next Thursday. Do you know why I like next Thursday? Why do you like next Thursday? Because next Thursday is what? What? My birthday, you knew that. How could I ever forget? You wouldn't. Wouldn't what? Forget my birthday. Not in a million years would I forget your birthday. How about a billion years? Not even in a billion years. That's better. And you won't forget that I like balloons, party hats, games, and a big cake that says happy birthday? I won't forget. Now ask me if I am sleepy. Are you sleepy? No, I am not sleepy. Well, a little sleepy. No, I am a whole lot sleepy. How about if we say goodnight? Where's my teddy? Here's your teddy. And my kangaroo. Here's your kangaroo. Good night. Good night. Please leave the door open. The door is open. Good night. Wait, ask me something else. What? Ask me if I want another goodnight kiss. Would you like another goodnight kiss? Yes, I would like another goodnight kiss. Good night. Good night. Isn't that a nice one? Asking all these questions. And remember how she said she liked stories about bears? So let's read one more story about a bear. But you know, before we do that, let's do zoom zoom. Move around a little bit, right? Hands together. It's getting a little gray out here. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Ready? Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Today, it looks like we're going to have to go through the clouds to get to the moon. Let's read one more story about a bear. Bear has a story to tell. It's also about the fall. It's by Philip Stead, and the pictures are drawn by Aaron Stead. This one comes in a picture book format too, but we sold it, so I had to get this one. It was almost winter, and Bear was getting sleepy. But first, Bear had a story to tell. Mouse, would you like to hear a story? Asked Bear with a yawn. Oh, I'm sorry, Bear, said Mouse, but it is almost winter, and I have many seeds to gather. Mouse is very busy. Bear helped Mouse find seeds on the forest floor. When they had finished, Mouse said, "See you soon," and he tunneled underneath the ground to wait for spring. Bear took slow, sleepy steps through the forest. Fallen leaves crunched under his feet. "Hello, Duck," said Bear, sitting down to rest his tired legs. "Would you like to hear a story?" "I am sorry, Bear," said Duck, "but it's almost winter, and I am getting ready to fly south." "I will miss you, Duck," said Bear. He raised a paw to check the direction of the wind. I will miss you too, said Duck, and off he flew. The sun was heavy and hung low in the sky. Bear's eyelids were getting heavy too. He counted colors to stay awake. 3 pink clouds, 2 red leaves, 1 green... Frog! Hello, said Bear. Would you like to hear a story? I am sorry, Bear, said Frog, but it is almost winter, and I have to find a warm place to sleep. Bear dug a frog-sized hole between 2 evergreens. Then he tucked Frog in under a blanket of leaves and pine needles. Thank you, Bear, said Frog. I will see you in the spring. Bear leaned against the old oak tree. He stretched and yawned and scratched at his belly. I wonder if Mole is awake, he thought. Mole? Are you down there, Mole? Mole was already asleep. Good night, Mole, said Bear with a sigh. The first winter snowflakes began to fall. Many months passed, and the sun returned. It melted the snow and woke the trees. Bear rolled out onto the green grass. It's spring, he said. Now I can tell my story. But first, Bear brought Mouse an acorn. Thank you, Bear, said Mouse. Mouse was hungry after a long winter. Welcome home, Duck, called Bear. You must be tired from your journey. Bear showed Duck a shady mud puddle he had found. Bear placed Frog in the sunshine till he was warm and awake. Frog opened one eye, then the other. Good morning, said Bear. Bear, Mouse, Duck, and Frog waited all day for Mole to wake up. Finally, Mole poked his nose out into the moonlight. Mole, said Bear, would you like to hear a story? Bear gathered his friends. He sat up straight and cleared his throat. He puffed out his chest, and with all of his friends listening, Bear could not remember his story. It was such a good story, he said, hanging his head. But winter is a very long time for a bear to remember. The friends sat together for a quiet minute. Then Mouse said, maybe your story is about a bear. And Duck said, maybe your story is about the busy time just before winter. I think there should be other characters too, suggested Frog. Like a mole, said the mole, and a mouse, and a duck, and a frog. Bear sat up straight again. He cleared his throat, puffed out his chest, and began his story with, it was almost winter, and Bear was getting sleepy. Isn't that cute? Oh, here it is, getting to be fall and almost winter, and I'm still missing you guys. But I still enjoy reading to you, and I hope that you enjoy listening to books. All right, let's do our goodbye song, and you know what? Next week, I think we're going to do some books about pirates. All right, we'll see our goodbye song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Have a great week, you guys. Bye-bye.